most merry and remember me through one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine.
Hello there, YouTube. It's me. That's right. Anon Dude 2, your favourite apostate, here to talk about, dismantling the Watchtower and taking them apart brick by brick, disintegrating them mortar, removing the foundation right out from under them and watching the entire corporate structure, kind of collapsing upon itself like a beautiful implosion, to use some academic terms there. No, what I would like to discuss, actually, is the war, the out-and-out battle that Watchtower Corporation has been waging against a wonderful tool, one that you and I are both very familiar with, one which you are utilizing at this very moment. Yes, that's right, the war that Watchtower has been attempting to wage against the internet. And you and I, that's right, you and me and you, us, we are going to take a walk through history and explore how Watchtower has attempted to demonize the internet since the very beginning. Yes, the very first time Watchtower Corporation mentioned the internet was in a November 8th Awake article in the year of 1995. Now, I want you to turn back the clocks, back to the dial-up days. Yes, those horrific, antiquated days of the computer, before Windows 98 even. I mean, God, we're talking about the Stone Age. But the concept, people recognized the power of the internet all the way back as soon as it was created. People were talking about the information superhighway and the ability to access information as had never been done before. Did Watchtower make note of that? Did Watchtower have anything positive to say about this revolutionary new tool? Remember, they're God's organization. They're supposed to be on the cutting edge of all of this, right? Wrong. The first mention, again, in the November 8th Awake of 1995, they immediately make the connection with the internet and pornography. Actually, the Apostocat seems to be quite interested in this. I've caught the Apostocat several times on the internet looking at cat pornography, and that's some freaky stuff, right, Apostocat? He says yes. But anyway, out of all the different comments that one could make about the internet, and Watchtower associates it with pornography. First time. No positive comment, just a negative connotation. Why? Because Watchtower Corporation is shrewd, and they recognize the potential of this tool. And so, from the very outset, they began a campaign of making negative associations with the internet in the mind of ordinary Jehovah's Witnesses. And it continues in the June 6th, 1996 Awake. It ties the internet to addiction. The July 22nd, 1996 Awake the article Computer Pornography again associates the internet with porn. They have yet to actually say something positive about this revolutionary tool. The October 22nd, 1996 Awake associates the internet with porn again. The April 8th, 1997 Awake ties the internet with child exploitation. Yeah, still nothing positive. The first series of articles dedicated to the internet happened on July 22nd, 1997. Now, I will acquiesce the point that Watchtower did make some semi-positive comments about the internet, but they're very sparse and they're sprinkled lightly throughout the three articles. And what I'm going to read to you is a series of excerpts and quotes that I found to be interesting. One of them is about chat rooms. A chat room, and this is from the wizards of smart, those brilliant men sitting upon high in their ivory towers at Brooklyn Bethel. That's right, the old curmudgeonly codgers that you and I hate, the drooling, dithering old buffoons, had this to say about chat rooms. A chat room, I'm gonna read it soon. A chat room is much like a party of people mingling and talking at the same general time, except that all are typing short messages instead. Chat rooms are usually active 24 hours a day. Of course, Christians realize that the Bible principles about association, such as the one found in 1 Corinthians 15:33, apply to participation in chat groups, just as they apply to all aspects of a Christian's life. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with what 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, it is one of those passages that is drilled into the mind of young Jehovah's Witnesses, that being, bad associations spoil useful habits. So, if Watchtower deems something bad, then you shouldn't associate with it, and here they demonize chat rooms and effectively label them as bad. So, would the Jehovah's Witness participate in this action, knowing what we do about the mental state? That's the politically correct way to label the mindset of Jehovah's Witnesses. Do you think that they would engage in that activity? Not likely, I agree. They go on. Much of the recent growth of the internet is due to strong marketing efforts of the business world. Clearly, I love the platitudes like that. Clearly, the motive is to create a sense of need. Once this perceived need is cultivated, some organizations then require a membership or annual subscription fee for the information or service that you initially accessed without cost. Yes, that's right. The internet is just a way to waste money, and the need is largely cultivated by the business community. People aren't using this thing as a legitimate tool to better their lives and access information. That's not what the internet is all about. No. It's just a need being manufactured by the business community. Yes, the far-sighted mind of the governing body at work here. That must be the direction of the Holy Spirit, right? just a passing fad, the internet. It's not gonna be a problem in a few years. They continue. Another key concern is confidentiality. For example, your email message should be seen only by your intended recipient. However, while the letter is in transit, a clever and possibly unscrupulous person or group could intercept or monitor your correspondence. Yes, and instilling the paranoia associated with email transactions. Good on you, Watchtower. Good on you. And of course they make another mention about the internet and pornography. The issue of how much pornography is available on the internet currently is a hotly debated subject. Some feel that reports suggesting a pervasive problem may be exaggerated. Yet, if you learned that there were not 100 poisonous snakes in your backyard, but only a few, would you be any less concerned for your family's safety? Making the internet a concern for your family's safety. Is Watchtower promoting an air of unneeded paranoia? Are they exaggerating the problem just a bit? Yes, they are, to answer the question. The September 8th, 1997 Awake links the internet to addiction again. The January 8th, 1998 Awake calls the internet an information overload, and I love that term. Information overload. Because for the men sitting atop the ivory tower at Brooklyn Bethel, there's no such thing as too little information, and the less information that the Jehovah's Witness populace has access to, the better. Because above all other things, what is the greatest danger that is posed to the teachings of Watchtower Corporation? Knowledge, my friends, knowledge. And what does the internet provide access to? Knowledge. A wealth of knowledge. Knowledge that Watchtower Corporation, if they had their way, would never see the light of day. That you would never be allowed to see. Why? Because when you compare the teachings of Watchtower with common sense and with truth, they just don't stand. They disintegrate. They topple, just as Watchtower Corporation is toppling. On the May 22nd, 1998, The Awake has some readers jizzing on themselves about how courageous Watchtower Corporation was for printing their articles about the internet. They say that they're fair and equal coverage and have a detailed outline of the pros and cons that haven't been seen anywhere else, not even in technological magazines, because, you know, let's face it, The Awake and Watchtower... Oh, wait, no, not the Watchtower yet, just The Awake at this point, actually. The Awake is an excellent source of unbiased, cutting-edge information. Yeah. The January 22nd, 1999 Awake says, although the internet can be useful, it can also seem like a library without librarians or observers. That's right, information without gatekeepers. Holy shit, this is a danger to Watchtower Corporation. One can browse it with the feeling that no one else is around. A feeling that Watchtower Corporation wants you to have at all times. That's right, somebody around watching you 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's a better way to express that thought. But this is one of the greatest dangers of using the internet. Why? Because countless websites contain material that is morally corrupt and spiritually destructive. And Jehovah's Witnesses, just to clue you in, FYI, if you're watching this video right now, this falls under the category of spiritually destructive information that Watchtower Corporation most likely doesn't want you to see. So, having been armed with this information, I urge you at this very moment to close the window, turn off your computer screen and say, "Get behind me, Satan! I don't want access to your apostate material anymore." I must have stumbled across it by accident. The April 8th, 1999 Awake comes out and ties the internet to Satan's influence. This is the first time that this has happened. Out and out, before they've been inferring that the internet has the influence of Satan, but now they're just, coming out of the dark and saying it outright. For example, Satan's influence is seen in many modern means of communications. Videos, movies, television, the internet, advertising, books, magazines, and newspapers. Yes.
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask